Director, Mr. Gary Gillette, and members of your Missoula City Band, this is Bill Roach saying welcome to tonight's concert. Tonight is a special occasion. We're going to play an abbreviated schedule. We're going to play for a half an hour and then have the Missoula Sweet Adelines perform until 9 p.m. The Missoula chapter, yeah, that's right. The Missoula chapter of the Sweet Adelines was established in 1972. They're quite an accomplished group, having won 6 regional championships. They're absolutely wonderful, and we're so pleased they can perform with us tonight. On another note, be sure to avail yourself of some of the best homemade pie in the world, especially before our director eats it all. Remember 1999 when he bought all the... No. All proceeds go to offset their expenses. Take it from Gary, it's yummy. Let's get things rolling, Mr. Gillette. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join us now as we honor our nation with the playing of our national anthem. Well, if you've been coming to our concerts over the last 4 or 5 years, you know that you're now probably familiar with the George Rosencrans story. A man who dedicated his life to writing band music, but because he did not publish music or tour the country with his own band, realized very little money for a lifelong of dedication to his craft. You may not know that this year would be Mr. Rosencrans' 126th birthday. So we're going to mark this auspicious occasion by playing a different work of his throughout the concert season. Here now is one of his finer efforts, George Rosencrans' Continental Congress March. I'd like to remind everyone, if you're having guests staying with you or you'd like to make that or any special occasion known, please get a note to Gary or myself and we'll try to make that announcement. Birthdays are our specialty and the band will even serenade you. I promise no one will sing. However, if you have requests, we'll certainly entertain playing them for you also. Believe it or not, we do have a request tonight. Our cameraman from MCAT, there he is. His cat has been seriously ill. The cat's name is Rufus. The cat is recovering nicely. It's in convalescence, but let's send good vibes to Rufus the cat, and we're going to dedicate this next piece to him. Our next number, which is an old war horse for band. I remember playing this about 8 years ago when I was in high school. You know, you don't want to mess with the announcer because they just get up, say the title, sit down, and you're scrambling, right? No. But I'll never use my power for bad. Just for good. Okay, it still sounds fresh. This was one of the best, by one of the best composers for band. It's Frank Erickson's, written in 1957. This is his Toccata for band.
tune. Frank Erickson's Staccato for Band. The only thing written better or made better that year might have been that 57 Chevy. That same year, 50 years ago, and I hope your cat does better. So nice having MCAT here, taping all our shows so this cold winter we can sit back and watch ourselves again in February.
At this point in our program, we're going to ask our Band-Aid folks to circulate amongst you. Your generosity in support of our organization is always outstanding. A contribution is always strictly voluntary. Thank you all so much. We're going to bring our guest artist up on stage now. There she is. We're in for a real treat. This is Miss Leanne Robertson. She's from Lolo, graduated this May with a degree in flute performance and Spanish. Make a note, Gary, we'll have to have her back to play a flamenco at some point. We'll combine those two. Not only is she smart and talented, she's an awfully nice person. This evening she's playing Antonio Vivaldi's Concerto for Piccolo. Please give a warm city band welcome to Miss Leanne Robertson.
In a suave move, just to let you know that we are doing 3 movements. So if you forget and clap in between, that's okay, we'll forgive you. But enjoy all 3 movements of Vivaldi's Concerto.
Leanne Robertson, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much, Leanne. Hopefully you can join us at some other time. We'd sure love to have you play with us again. How we? You want to skip the next one or go skip Southerner and go on? Just a quick word here. There's a gentleman that mics us and makes us sound really good. His name is Jay Straw. He's over on stage right. That would be your left, folks. Jay, wave to these folks. And, you know, what a wonderful job he's done. He's been with us for years. Thanks so much, Jay. Great article in the Independent, by the way. However, they did not mention your work with the city band. Yeah, not your fault. I understand. Thanks, Jay. Our next number is The Minstrel Boy. It's an old Irish air and gained wide popularity for the favorite of the many of the Irishmen who fought during the United States Civil War. I'm sure you've heard the tune. It's been played by a host of movies and TV shows, including Star Trek, the movie The Man Who Would Be King, and the movie Gettysburg, among others. Our version was arranged by the famous Leroy Anderson for the Boston Pops in 1952. This is The Minstrel Boy, arranged by Leroy Anderson. The popularity of Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean movies cannot be denied. Major blockbusters all, they're now in its third incarnation with possibly more to come. Music score has become one of our favorites to play, and this is a request. Unfortunately for me, the request also said to use the pirate voice. Okay, I'll be a sport and do it, but don't forget, the sweet Adelines come after this. This is our last song tonight. So here goes. Arr, mateys, the high tide is going out, our helm's a lee, and we're ready to set sail for plunder and treasure. Captain Pegleg Gillette has assembled some of the meanest bilge rats this side of the dry Tortugas, but we can't set sail without a full complement. So I'll be recruiting more. On the count of 3. Okay, you scurvy band dogs, on the count of 3, let's see if you're piratical material. Gives me a heart-stopping arg. 1, 2, 3. Billions of bilious blue blistering barnacles. I'd be embarrassed to be at a tea social with such a lame group. Wait a minute. There's a rough-looking lout out there in that there audience. Shows them up, audience. On the count of 3, gives me an arg. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 10,000 thundering typhoons. They'd be a pyrite crew. We got some. Let's go, Pegleg.
There'll be a real quick set change, and the sweet Adelines will be right up. So grab your pie. Here we go.
Does that song usually end with "Oh Canada"? What are they talking about, Cindy?
Well, fortunately, and we're so honored again to be able to travel to international competition. This year in October, we're going to Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So, consequently, we are traveling on the road again to Calgary this year. We're so excited. Thank you for having us here today. We are always happy that it's cooler here than anywhere else in town. And so enjoy our music and we'll be back. Thanks.
You better fly right, cool down, Papa, better fly right, come on and fly right, cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. The buzzer took the monkey for a ride in the air, the monkey thought that everything was on the square, the buzzer tried to throw the monkey off his back, the monkey grabbed his neck and said, now listen, Jack, straighten up and fly right, straighten up and do right, straighten up and fly right, cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top, ain't no use in jiving, what's the use in diving, straighten up and fly right, cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. The buzzer told the monkey, you're a choking me, release your hold and I'll set you free. The monkey looked the buzzer dead in the eye, said your story's touching but it sounds like a lie. Straighten up and fly right, you better straighten up and do right. Straighten up and fly right, cool down, Papa, don't blow your top, don't blow your top. You fly so high, but from what I've heard, you ain't nothing but a dirty old bird. Straighten up and fly right, fly right.
One of the really fun things about singing in a group like this is that those four-part harmonies kind of break off into little groups called quartets. Do we have a new quartet?
We do have a new quartet. This quartet is our first performance in public with our chorus, so we're really excited. They're wonderful. Please meet Acclaim. They are on the road again, as so many of our members are. One lady is from Helena. One lady is from Kalispell, and the others are from Missoula. This is Acclaim.
Jukebox Saturday, Saturday night, mopping up soda pop rickies to our heart's delight. Dancing to swingaroo quickies, jukebox Saturday night, yeah. Goodman and Darcy and Miller out to make things right. Mixing hot licks with vanilla, jukebox Saturday night. They put nothing past us, me and Honey Lamb. Making one drink last us till it's time to scram. Money, we really don't need that. We make out alright. Let the other guy feed that jukebox Saturday night. Soft drinks and hot music and nothing over a dime. Me and Lover pay no cover, we just spend the time. Goodman and Dorsey and Miller out to make things right. Mixing hot licks with vanilla, jukebox Saturday night. They put nothing past us, me and my honey lamb. Making one drink last us till it's time to take it on the lamb. Money, we really don't need that. We make out alright. Letting the other guy feed that jukebox Saturday night. Stop, look, listen to me while I tell you about this gal. Beware what she can do. She'll pretend she is your pal. Of all the other gals you can get, better off with the blonde or brunette. Redhead gals always get their way, so I am here to say, I'll say. Nobody knows what a redhead mama can do. Give her a heart made of rock, she'll break it into right into. There's no doubt that she's got a conscience and a mind untelling, but when she steps out, she leaves them both behind. She can draw rings round a gal like Louisville, blue. She can make a blue beard feel mighty blue, so blue. To keep her from talking without a muzzle is harder to do than a crossword puzzle. Nobody knows what a redhead mama can do. She can draw rings round a gal like hard-hearted Hannah, the vampus of energy, just to see him suffer is her delight. They say you know that she is gonna get her way. Now you take a woman who is red-headed. If you've got what she wants, she's gonna get it. Nobody knows what a redhead mama can. Redhead, everybody loves redhead. She's a heartbreaker, she's gonna break your. She's gonna take it and she'll break it. She's gonna break Everything was ours. We were so in love. Once upon a time, a boy with moonlight in his eyes held his hand in mine and said he loved me so. But that was once upon a time, very long ago. How the trees rustled in the air, how we always laughed as though tomorrow wasn't there. We were young and didn't have a care. Where did it go? Once upon a time, the world was sweeter than we knew. Everything was ours. How happy we were then, but somehow, once upon a time, never comes again.
Those two songs that we just sang are two that we will be taking with us to Calgary. We are preparing 4 songs or more, hoping that maybe, cross your fingers, we'll make the first cut and be on a second level of competition, so we're working very hard at that.
And now we have another quartet for you. Please welcome By Design. Go to the mailman.
The mailman passes by, and I just wonder why he never even rings my front door bell. I haven't heard a line from that dear old love of mine, no, not a word since I last heard. So long, farewell. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter, and make believe it came from you. I'm gonna write words oh so sweet, they're gonna knock me off my feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom, I'll be glad I got 'em. I'm gonna smile and say I hope you're feeling better, and close with love the way you do. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter, and make believe it came from you. I'm gonna smile and say I hope you're feeling better, baby, and close with love the way you used to do. I'm gonna say All the little birdies on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, 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 rockin' robin, tweet, 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 rockin' robin, tweet, tweedledee. Go rockin' robin, 'cause you're really gonna rock tonight. Tweet, 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 tweedledee-dee, 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 tweet, tweet.
So all these silly little bird songs that we learned this year were a lot of fun. We did it for our annual show, which was entitled Tweet Harmony. And so we had a great time at the show. Maybe some of you were there. We appreciate all the support that we get at our shows, at our pie sales, our nacho booth at the fair, all of those things. You can help us make our way to Calgary by helping with our fundraising. We really appreciate all that, and we appreciate your support here very, very much. Thank you.
So we want to be sure to introduce our director, Candy Johnson. We love her to death. She's the reason we're here. And she's here with her quartet Shazam.
Some glad morning when my life is o'er, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away, I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. Morning when I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows of my life have grown,
know there's a lot of ladies out here. I see some of them singing along as we're singing. We practice every Tuesday night at First Baptist Church, right at the corner of, what's the corner of Woody and Ryman? Woody and Pine, right by the county courthouse. We've only been there for, 20 years. So any of you ladies who enjoy singing, it doesn't matter, even if you're well trained in music, we just would love to have you join us. Thank you.
And even if you're not well trained in music, that's okay too. It is such a beautiful evening. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the night, and we'd like to close with a song that's near and dear to our hearts. What a wonderful world.
They thought I would make it all through the whole performance without having to say something, but they should know better than that. When we go, I just want to tell you that when we go to Canada, it's kind of a neat thing. We are taking 110 women, and we are from 32 cities across Montana. So we practice together once a month, and it is really a hoot. And it's really a hoot for me out in front, trying to get 110 women to all fly in the same direction at the same time. It's very interesting, but lots of fun.